If marketing your book feels pushy, you may be marketing in a way that creates resistance instead of authority. The fix is easier than you think.
Pour a cup of clarity, sip a spark of insight. Coffee with Karma, your morning feels just right.
The strongest book launches don't feel like nonstop promotion because they aren't built around promotion in the first place. You don't need to be convincing people to buy your book when you help them see that they have the problem the book solves. So, in today's episode of Coffee with Karma, I'm going to walk you through three simple shifts that make marketing feel far more natural and effective. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I work with established experts to grow their business by writing, publishing, and marketing the right book so that the book they end up with actually works for their business, drawing in their ideal clients, getting them on the stages they want to be on, and attracting in ideal partners that help accelerate all of that. Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please like this video, comment below, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel so that you and others like you who want to grow their business with books can find this information and benefit from it. So let's get to these three things that you can do to make book launching feel more natural, less pushy, and start that momentum. Number one, identify one belief that your book is designed to change for your ideal client. You want to do this before you've ever written your book, but if you've already written the book, this may have naturally been in there. But what is the belief your book is designed to shift? Because coming into your book, your ideal client believes belief A, right? And in order to achieve the goal they want, they need to have belief B, which may be the exact opposite, or it may just be a little bit of a shift. What is that belief at the end that you want your ideal client to have after reading your book? And does the book get them there? This is now what you are promoting. You are talking about the end state that the book helps them get to. When you do that, people are like, yeah, I want that book. Like, yeah, I want that promise. I want that promise in my life. So the book may promise more leads with less effort. The book may promise the right idea for their book. The book may promise any sorts of things. In fact, why don't I take three random books off my shelf and let's figure out what is the belief these books want to shift? And I literally just randomly grabbed three books. I have no idea what books I was grabbed. So let's see. The first one is From Individual to Empire. And the subtitle is A Guide to Building an Authentic and Powerful Brand. Now, the promise I'm seeing in this book is that by having a powerful and authentic personal brand, I can stop being just a one person shop and become an empire. And being that I am naturally a big thinker and an empire builder, that's why I picked up this book. That's the promise that I want to get out of this book. So what's the second one I grabbed? Influencer by Brittany Hennessy. Building your personal brand in the age of social media. The blueprint to manage and monetize your influence as a content creator. Interesting. Both of these are about personal brand. I do know the powerful personal brand. I even teach how to get and develop your personal brand, but I'm always looking for other ideas. But the promise that this book spoke to me is that not was more than just personal brand. I am a content machine. I am a content creator. I don't self-identify as a creator, but that's basically what I am in many ways. And so I thought, well, I want to make better use of my social media. I want to use my natural talents as a creator, and I like personal brands. So I'm thinking this book will help me transform my personal brand into something that I can use as a creator. That's the promise that it spoke to me. That's the belief that I just shifted. All right. Here's the third book that I grabbed: The Art of Community, Building the New Age of Participation, second edition. This feels and looks like a textbook, but the promise this had for me was build a community, grow your business. That community is the heart of any business that's going to last in the future. And honestly, I am all on board with that belief. I've been part of programs. I want to build a community of like minded individuals, visionaries who understand the power of a book to grow their business in every other way. And I want to help them write the right book and market it well so that they get those juicy ideal clients, so that they get on those stages they want, so that they grow the community and get the partnerships that they want with the book as the central hub, the spark that ignites everything else. Because I personally believe that by writing a book, you change who you are into who you were really meant to be. Writing a book is like going through a forge. You go in a blunt piece of metal and you come out a powerful sword that can cut through butter. That's my belief, and that is the community I'm building. I have a free community on Facebook, the Author Switch Club, because you're turning on that author switch, the one that says, not only can I write a book, but I can leverage it to grow my business. And I thought that book could help me get there. So you see how there's a promise that the book makes. Talk about the promise. That's how you market the book. You don't go, "Hey, I just wrote this really cool book about public speaking." No, you talk about, "Hey, do you want to be a better speaker? Get over your fear of speaking? Public Speaking Superpowers is the book for you." And that was just shift number one. Let's move on to number two. Build your launch content around that belief shift that you just identified. Focus on the before and after shift that your reader experiences. So that you might open a post. Let's just do public speaking superpowers. You open up the post something like, you know that speaking will get you the clients you want. But every time you imagine yourself on the stage, your knees knock, beads of sweat start to go down your face, and your hands are shaking. I've been there. I've totally been there. I've been there so bad that the words couldn't come out of my mouth. Either squeaky sounds came out or I completely forgot what words and had to make stuff up on the go. It was terrifying, petrifying. So I see you. So that's the opening. Now you've grabbed in your ideal client who is in their before state. And now you say, what if one book could shift that for you so that when you get on that stage, you are cool, calm, and collected. You know exactly what to say. You know exactly who you're saying it to. And you convert that room at a really high percentage into ideal clients for you. You see, there's the before, there's the after. You want to go out and buy that book, don't you? Well, if you fit the before, you do. What's your before and after? Talk about that. Because once you can say, this is where you are now, and I see you, and my book will get you to this dreamy place that you want to be, people will automatically buy your book without saying, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. You don't have to do it that way. You just have to talk about the transformation they are seeking that your book helps them do. Number three, create one simple visibility rhythm before launch day instead of trying to appear everywhere at once. This is why in my book, Serve Up Your Book, I talk about the 5 phases of book marketing. Book marketing starts before you start writing, and it happens throughout. You are talking about your book throughout the entire process. You are sharing the journey so that people who are following you feel like they are part of it. So, of course, they're going to want to read your book. And not only are you sharing the experience, making them part of the process, you're also sharing the promise that your book has. Here is where I see people being right now. Here's the dreamy place my book takes you to. All three of them, I said the same thing before, after. But you need to identify what is that after and where is the before. Then you talk about it. Focus all your marketing, or at least most of your marketing, on that before and after transformation. And then create the rhythm before the launch so that once you are in launch mode, people were expecting you to have a spike in promotions anyway because they've been following along the journey. So there you go. 3 steps to a smarter book launch strategy. In my next video, I'm going to be helping you to pick up The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe and understand that you don't need to panic. I'm going to share with you 3 steps to a smarter book launch strategy as seen through the famous book, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. Until then, this is Carma Spence saying, ciao for now.